So, you've been looking for a guide on how to join the Xenofresh faction in Starfield. Well, that's exactly what you're going to be getting in this video. I'm going to be guiding you through every step of the way. This whole guide is timestamped and chaptered, so you can jump to whatever part you need. Let's get right into it, and I'm going to be showing you how to actually join Xenofresh, start manufacturing Aurora, the street drug, and how to make money using this faction. So, let's jump right into the game. So, the first thing we're going to need to do is find the city of Neon on the planet of Volli Alpha. So basically what you want to do is you want to find Neon, and how you're going to find Neon is you're going to go into your planet map. It's going to be 3 jumps away from Alpha Centauri, which is where New Atlantis is. So at the start of the game, it's going to be quite close. You're going to basically be jumping through Olympus and then into the Volli system. It's quite close. I'm showing you the star map right here so you can see every jump of the way and exactly how to get there. And as soon as you enter the Volli system, you're going to be looking for Volli Alpha. And on Volli Alpha, you're going to be finding the City of Neon. And the City of Neon is where you need to go if you want to join either the Xenofresh Fisheries faction to produce Aurora, or if you want to join the Ryujin Industries. So I would highly suggest going here. This is a great way to earn credits in the early game. But let's move on to the next step. So the first step you're going to need to do in order to actually join Xenofresh is actually rescue this guy, Nesahr. Now, Nesahr is basically a shady package smuggler. He's been smuggling Aurora. And if you see here, right after you get off your ship and go towards Neon, right near where this terminal sign is, you're going to run into 2 security officers arresting Nesahr. So it's pretty much unmissable, guys. You don't have to worry about missing this or going to a specific location. Just as you're going and entering into Neon, you're going to run into Nesahr, and that's basically all you need to do to pick up this quest chain. You'll get a mission on your quest log after these 2 officers stop talking. Basically, make this active, and we're going to move on to the next step. So you're going to get the Loose Ends quest, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to equip this as the active quest. Go off to the right here as soon as you enter Neon, and you're going to be going to the security headquarters, basically where the police station is, and you're going to be talking to Nesahr personally. Now, when you talk to Nesahr, what he's going to basically tell you, here you are entering in Neon security. Nesahr is basically going to tell you that he was sent to smuggle a package for a shady businessman who's basically making a discount version of Aurora. Now, Aurora is a high-end street drug. It's basically similar to the powdered cocaine of this world, of Starfield. And so this shady dealer that Nesahr was working with is basically making like a low-grade, cut-rate Aurora. And so basically we're going to get this package and we're going to deliver it to somebody. So talk through Nesahr here, and he'll actually tell you that, hey, I need you to go get this crate. It's in this basically like sleep cube, so it's kind of like a Tokyo sleep cube. And basically he needs you to go and get it and deliver it to basically his agent, his supplier. So we're going to go and do that right now. So in this next part of the quest, we're going to basically be going to talk to the sleep cube lady. She's like the master of the sleep crates. If you give her an access code, she'll basically let you into Nesahr's sleep crate, and you can pick up the package. So you don't have to really remember the code or anything here. Nesahr's going to tell you the code. Your character's going to remember it. So it's pretty easy. You talk to her. She also has an optional quest where you can pay 1,000 credits to get a basically random set of gear inside another sleep quest. I had gotten really good gear from it, so I would highly recommend you pay this 1,000 credits. But just a little note there, I wanted to give you that little tip. But here you go around, and you're basically going to just be following here until you find Nesahr's sleep crate. And as soon as you find his sleep crate, you're just going to loot the package, and then we're going to be delivering it to the shady dealer that I had talked about earlier. So now we're going to be going to Lendengrad's Liquors. So this is the guy that basically Nesahr was sent to smuggle this package for. This is also the guy that's making the discount cut rate version of Aurora. So you're going to be meeting Yannick. He's a real piece of work, and you're going to have to work with some. Basically, he's making blend. Like I said, blend is just where he's taking regular liquor and he's mixing in a small amount of Aurora to give people kind of like a psychedelic high, I guess, in the game. Aurora is a pretty valuable commodity, though, in the game, so this is definitely worth doing. He's going to tell you that he has 2 employees. You're going to try to convince him that, Nesahr was actually legitimate. He was trying to help him, but basically he's done with Nesahr. He says that Nesahr is going to be watched, and so he can't basically can't work with Nesahr anymore, and he's going to want you to fix a little problem that he has with his other employee, and then you're going to become his new employee and actually deliver packages and ultimately end up working for Xenofresh. So this is all going to actually working for Xenofresh, guys. I know it's a little bit long-winded, but it's just the way the chain works. So yeah, go deal with his little problem. You're going to basically either have to kill a guy or tell him to permanently go off world. And so we're going to be cutting directly to that. So one little thing you have to understand about this next part is you will have to kill several enemies. They are working for a syndicate. I would recommend just crouching down, getting the drop on them, hitting some crits, and actually just taking these guys out. If you're doing this at the very, very start of the game, since these enemies are about level 6, it can be a little bit hard. I'm around level 8 right now, so it's not very hard at all. But honestly, if you just pop some med packs and stimulants like amp, you should be totally fine with this, even at the start of the game. These enemies aren't too hard, and honestly, they're not smart at all if you're playing the game on normal difficulty. As soon as you kill all these people, you're going to be talking to Felix, and Felix was a former employee, at least now he's a former employee of Yannick. And Felix will basically be a complete moron. He'll be like, you'll tell him basically the situation and that you need to get off world because, Yannick's out for you and is going to kill you if you don't get off your world. Felix is kind of an idiot. He'll be like, screw you, even though you're trying to help him and protect him. I wouldn't recommend killing Felix here. If you do, you can have security guards in the local area go hostile. So I would recommend just telling him to book it off world. He'll get off world, and that's going to fix your problem. Now we go back and talk to Yannick again. And now we're back with Yannick, and basically we're going to tell Yannick we solved his personnel issues. He no longer has issues with Felix, and he's going to be like, he's happy. And basically he's going to tell us now that we need to go work for Xenofresh and manufacture Aurora. So this is what we've been looking for the whole time, guys. Now we're breaking into Xenofresh, and we'll actually be able to get a job because we got rid of basically the other person that was doing the job. The one stipulation here is he will say that you need to be a chemist to be able to work at Aurora, so you need to know how to make amp. He will give you all the ingredients, so you'll go to his little research lab, which is in his liquor store for some reason, and you'll actually manufacture amp for the first time, so you kind of know the chemistry of amp, and so you'll be able to actually ace the job interview, which, if you're going to see next, the job interview is very, very, very easy. So I'm going to be cutting directly to that, showing you what choices you have to make to get through the job interview, and we're going to be on to working at Xenofresh and manufacturing Aurora. So where you're going to want to go is to the trade towers in Neon, and from the trade towers, which is very, very easy to find, it's a huge building. You're going to be hanging right here, going to the right elevator, and there's going to be a large list, and you can see you want to go towards Xenofresh Corporation's HQ. Once you get to Xenofresh Corporation's HQ, you're going to be talking to the desk attendant. She's going to say that a chemist job is now open, and basically talk to you about, what Aurora is, where it's legal, where it's illegal. Now, if you're going to manufacture Aurora, I want to make a note here that if you try to carry it off world, it's going to be deemed as smuggling, and you're going to have to do some shady business to actually get it to other ports and be able to sell it. However, Aurora is very valuable, so it can be a very, very useful thing to do. So once you talk to her, basically you're going to be working at this little interview board. You're actually going to be doing a job interview at like a McDonald's like terminal. You want to say that you're good at learning new skills, that you have a bachelor's degree. For some reason, it just needs bachelor's degree. And you'll want to say basically that you can draw amp's chemical structure. And as long as you say these 3 answers, you will have the job at Xenofresh, and you can actually start manufacturing amp. Now, I'm going to be cutting directly to that and making your first shipment of amp. Alright guys, so now we're getting near the end of the guide. So basically you're going to be wanting to talk to this lady Valentina. Valentina is basically going to do a quote-unquote formal job interview, but she basically says as long as you're a chemist and you are believing, then you basically got the job, because she's desperate and they're trying to push her supply quota up 30%. So all she basically says is you need to know how to make Aurora quickly, and she's going to be basically guiding you through making Aurora, which is what you're seeing here. This involves a little mini game where you're making Aurora 3 times and you're making Aurora, trying to make Aurora in under a minute. Pretty much, you're always going to get a pay cut, which kind of sucks. But ultimately, it's not that. It's the actual manufacturer Aurora and the recipe that you're really looking for here. So you had to put on this clean suit. She's going to supply you with a clean suit. You're going to basically be getting the ingredients for Aurora here in a little hopper that they dispense, and then actually going to this little research station pharmaceutical lab and actually manufacturing raw uncut Aurora. Once you do this, you're then going to be basically going and trying to look for Nesahr's contact. Remember, Nesahr had a contact, and he was talking about that was Yannick, but didn't tell Yannick who the contact was. You're going to basically get the inside contact in the break room. So after your shift, after you make three batches of Aurora, you'll basically be able to go to the break room because it'll be the end of your shift. You want to go to the break room and then talk to a lady in there, which is actually Nesahr's contact. So definitely do that right now. And once you do that, you're going to basically be able to go back to Yannick and proceed to the next part of the quest. And here we are at the end of the quest. Yannick, surprise, surprise, has got caught by Benjamin. Benjamin is the guy, basically like the mayor of the city, running the underworld. He basically says, Yannick, okay, you got caught. I appreciate that you're a businessman or that you're working under me now, and I'm going to be taking 20% of the cut. So basically from this point on, you're going to be able to manufacture Aurora. You're going to be able to go and work shifts, get Aurora, and then if you want, take it off world, or you can deliver it to Yannick and basically get paid perpetually for making his, like, you know, distilled down Aurora with alcohol blend. So do whichever one you want here, but this has basically been how to join Xenofresh. Now, there's a lot more that goes on with Xenofresh when you actually join Ryujin Industries, and I plan to do a guide for that too, because Ryujin and Xenofresh are kind of battling over the city right now. So part of Xenofresh's actually quest chain is with Ryujin Industries. So definitely look out for that, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If this helped you, please subscribe. It means so much to me as a small content creator, and it will help you get more content. I try to make content at least 6 days a week, so I'm pumping content all the time. I think you're going to really love it if you like Starfield content. And yeah, thank you very much. Hope this helped you get into Xenofresh, and leave a comment below telling me what you want me to do next.